Okay, so hi everyone, this is Paul Hercombe here, and I am answering a few questions. People write in, people ask me questions, things come up from time to time which people want me to address. And if you've got any questions, you can also write in to meetingsinstillness@gmail.com. So today's question is this: is presence and the self the same? Is the sense of presence and what we may call the self the same thing? Is it the same thing? And this question comes up a lot for people. They want to know, is it the same thing that we're talking about when we speak about these things? So first of all, no, it's not the same thing, not in the way that I speak about it or the way that it's spoken about in the tradition I come from. So let me just explain a little bit about what the difference is between presence and self. So presence is the sense of existence in the body. It is the feeling I am or I exist. Before that joins up with, I am Paul, I am British, I am, 55 years old, or before any of those things, it is just the feeling of presence. And I feel that very strongly right here in the center of my chest, in my heart. The natural feeling of presence. And during the waking state, then that sense of presence can be felt, for people, depending on how conscious they are, it can be felt either strongly or less strongly. But that seems to manifest itself mostly in the waking state. And maybe for a conscious person, then their sense of presence is very strong. And they spend a lot of time just resting in that state of presence, or resting in the sense of being. Presence and being is the same. It's that state which is kind of before the personality and before, as the Tao Te Ching says, 10,000 things, all these other things. Just the natural feeling of presence. And this can be felt, as I said, in the heart. It may also be felt in the gut. It can be felt in different places in the body. So now the self. What is the self then? Well, the self is that which is prior to presence. So the self is that which is always here, whether presence is here or not. Whether we feel a strong sense of presence or an absence of presence, something is aware of that. Something knows that. That which knows the presence and absence of presence is the self. And that is always functioning. It's functioning by itself. It never stops functioning. And it is functioning for everybody. And it functions during the three states, what we call the three states, which is namely the waking state, the dream state, and the deep sleep state. There is something that is functioning in all of those three states, twist asleep all the time. Whereas presence, for most people, the moment they go to sleep, presence is gone. The moment they're in deep sleep, presence isn't there. But something knows all of these things. That which knows all of these things, that is the self. But what we must be careful of is we don't make that into something. We don't want to make that into something, okay, yeah, I am aware of everything. We make that into a subtle object. And yet the truth is, it is completely formless. And in fact, at our core, we are formless self. We are the formless self. And that's not a belief. It's not even a teaching. It's something that has to be recognized directly for ourselves. And the fastest way of recognizing that is through self-inquiry. Self-inquiry is like the mirror that shows us what we can never, ever not be. So we are all the self. In front of that comes the state of presence, the state of existence. And in front of that comes what we may call is our individuality, our humanness, our differences, what makes us the individual person that we are. But self-inquiry is about tracing backwards until we come to find that which we all choicelessly are. And that is self-realization.